Afraid there's no interactive element to my presentation, but that was really brilliant. Thanks. So hi, I'm Isabella. I work at Snook. I want to preface this talk with saying I've never done one of these before, so please be kind to me. But yeah, so this is a picture of our lovely team. I am in the bottom right. That is not my real nose. But yeah, we're based in Glasgow and London, and we're a design studio. But what do we design? Well, technically, we're a service design studio. So that means we design services, cultures, products, and experiences, all using human-centered design. Our aim is basically to make the experience living in our world better for everyone. Inclusive design, especially focusing on like minorities and people who don't normally get the attention they deserve. But some of you might not know what service design is, so I'm going to break it down with this quote from Mark Fontaine, which is, if you have two coffee shops, they're in the same place, they sell the same coffee and at the same price, service design is the thing that will make you go back to one of them again, again, and again, and also tell your friends about it. It focuses on creating a really good experience for everyone. But what is my role in all of this? Well, I'm a communications designer. It means I have a unique role in Snook, and for lack of a word, I straddle internal and external work. So it kind of gives me, yeah, as I said, a unique perspective on things, and it's kind of the internal I want to focus on today. But if I'm going to break it down for you, my external jobs are basically telling Snook stories to the outside world through published content and social media. Internally, I work on curating a really tight team culture and letting everyone know where everyone is at other times and getting people in front of the right crowds, like this one, I suppose. But how does this relate to the future of work? Well, I believe that internal work is absolutely key, especially when you're moving an enterprise from being small to medium, right? You need to have that solid foundation on which to build. And as you scale and grow, it's important to have these things because you don't really want to become beige. You don't want to become soulless, like this bread right here. And I think it's also important to mention that company culture isn't a static thing. As you grow, you will absorb different skills and different ways of working as you come into interaction with other people. But as you have a core foundation, you always return to that. So internal culture is key to future success in our economy and society. If we know why we're here and like fundamentally why we're doing it, we will bring about the change that we want to see in the world. We're working together for a collective good. Also, having a really, really strong internal culture will allow us to transition from that traditional workplace like driver of financial. We need to move to a more missions and value-based place. We need to stop being like 9 to 5, living for the weekend, and doing all of that, though that is kind of fun and what people do as well. Also, having a really strong internal culture will attract the right people to your business. It will allow you to build something that, you know, a team that's working together with like a whole range of skills, and you'll be working together for the common good or whatever your mission is. Also, I know this sounds super utopian at the moment, but it makes financial sense. If you're really investing in how your team work and you're looking at what drivers you have, you will ultimately have really good projects with innovative results and attract the right sorts of clients, which I'm going to talk about next. So say one of your mission values, like ours, is we want to build a more sustainable world. We have attracted clients before that have products and services that inevitably attribute to that. For example, our Pisces project, where we worked with sustainable fishing technology to prevent overfishing. So yeah, check out that case study if you have time. But how do you do this? I want to be completely transparent in saying this is something we are striving towards and we are working on. It's not something that we have set in stone, but I thought, let's break it down and do a couple of things that we're working on at the moment. And if you have any tips, talk to me afterwards, because we're always looking for some good information. So as mentioned before, and as these guys have been working on, manifesto is key. It really, ours just kind of involves all of our mission statements from a really high level. It's the unifying thread that comes throughout our whole company. And also it breaks down into the minutiae of how we do things day to day, like how we Snook is calling it, so how we run a project, how we interact with people. And as we're looking to the future of work, right, service design in itself is in a new industry. So as these new industries create new marketplaces, they become crowded. Knowing why you do what you do can sometimes be more important than telling people how you do it, because that's more unifying with your brand to people who may not understand it. It's super important to look after the mental health of your teams. We can't design future experiences at the cost of present ones. Also, this ties into having like a better team structure and happiness overall, and creating more creative results. Moving away from traditional ideas about who we work with. For example, thinking about your clients as collaborators instead, especially within our culture, it means that we can have really good elements of co-design and ultimately create something that's going to work for them and be sustainable for their customers and also in-house. This is just a picture of me, guys. No, this is about shared learnings, which is what we're all doing tonight, right? But it's really important to do this internally, embed these into the rituals you already have, and also like initiate things like fikas and get feedback from projects and just see like what other team members think of you. They'll have a lot of knowledge. I've forgotten what this slide was for. Maybe just look at your phones for a bit while I just absently muddle away the time. I'm a professional, I swear. Oh yeah, have fun is the last one, which is a nice one to end on and something you should always make room for, because playfulness gives us the space to create really exciting things. And thank you for your time. And that's it.